Hi, thanks for stopping by. When making segmented work like this, you have to make rings of wood like this. I think I have a faster way than putting glue on each side of each piece and then putting them together. And you're going to see it in a bit. Here we go.
Thank you for tuning in today. I greatly appreciate it. The first thing we have to do is break down this rough lumber into pieces we can use. First up, the radial arm saw. The plans for the vase I showed you in the intro call for a total board length of about 25 inches. I'm making these well over that so that I can play around with the lengths. Next up, going to use a tabletop jointer to make one flat surface and one 90-degree edge. I don't really have a plan here as far as what size pieces to make. I know how many to make. So I'm making more than enough. The maximum width for the boards on the original vase was 1 3/4 inches. These are 2 1/8 inches. I'll have plenty to work with. The maximum thickness for my plan is 0.44 inches. I'm making these over thick because I can't glue them together perfectly straight. I'm going to sand one side smooth and I'm going to have to use a gouge to flatten the other side. So we're making them over thick. The thinner pieces are just over 1/4 inch thick, rough. Gonna glue these up in one stack. So I've decided that I want the bottom 2 courses and the top 2 courses to be solid and not segmented. So these are the bottom 2 courses. I'm going to make this one flat, take it off of there, shape this one to the bottom, glue this one back on, get it to the right size, and we'll do that. These kinds of projects take a long time because you have to handle each piece many times. So I'm probably just going to shut up here for a while and let you watch. Each ring requires 16 pieces, and I made enough rings to make well over 250 of these pieces. Got to clean up those edges. We don't want any little bits getting in the way of our glue up. Need a flat edge on these glue ups. There's some timed sequential segments coming. Tell me if you like them. Huge shout out to my grandson Joseph and his wife Natalie for this set of setup blocks. I use them all the time. You should get a set. Here's the way I improve the method. I got all the pieces together in a clamp, and then I tape them, and then I fold them, and then I unfold them, and they've got glue on them. Here we go. Everybody else I've ever seen make these kind of rings always put the glue on both sides of one piece at a time, which seems a little tedious to me. Trying to save time here. It looks like I'm kind of holding it in one spot, but actually I moved it around quite a bit. Alright, so this is right here, do not stress joint for 24 hours. That means that that's 2 weeks of waiting if I waited 24 hours per glue up. What we're going to do is we're going to put some put glue on, yellow glue on most of this, and then we're going to use some CA glue on it on the corners to tack it together, and we're going to have at it. It's been a couple hours, so let's see how good that glue set up. It turns out that the CA glue was not necessary. I just used the yellow glue and I spun them up. I tried to go longer than 2 hours, but yeah, somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 hours, I was spinning them up with yellow glue. That being said, you should always follow the manufacturer's written suggestions if you want to be able to hold them liable. I'm not a teacher. It's up to you for your own safety. Okay, so here's where we are. This spot right here, these calipers will tell us that we have just a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch right there. So we're not going to do any more on the inside, but we're going to just take that away. Just clean that up just a little bit. I usually use the audio track to line up the two cameras so that they're in sync, but when I know there's not going to be any talking or any significant noise, I'll use motion gestures as well. That's why I touched the rim. The first segmented vase I made followed a very specific plan. This one here, I'm just kind of winging it really. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is a mess. Because I don't have anything to work with on this walnut right here. I'm going to see if I can curve this over. I think it's going to be ugly as sin, and I think I'm going to wind up taking this off of there, cutting this back, and just having a bowl, which is not going to be a very pretty one either because of the shape. I think I've just butchered this beyond belief, but I'm going to put a gouge on it and see if it comes apart. I decided to coat the inside of this with epoxy resin, 2-to-1 ratio. Of course, I had to wait for the inside to dry before I could make any more chips. We wouldn't want them sticking to wet resin. I'm getting ready to use a hollowing tool that I purchased a while ago. This is going to be my first time using it though. Let me tell you what, with all that leverage of the hook, it's hard to hold it steady.
Well, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching today. This is going to need a little more finish on it. I used a satin finish, and I don't like it. And it didn't dry fast enough, so I'll put a shinier finish on it like this. All right, if you'd like me to make something custom for you, head over to www.claytonswoodart.com. Hit that contact page, and we'll have a conversation about me making something custom just for you. All right, thanks, guys. Remember, be nice to each other.